Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the minimal and maximal divide and conquer algorithm. So divide and conquer algorithm for minimum and maximum to find minimum and maximum. Okay. So here we'll be passing a 4 or 5 parameters. So the first one is nothing but the array start, end, maximum and minimum. Okay, so this algorithm on one part it will be the exact algorithm which we write, and in the second part it will be a different algorithm which calls it recursively and it does the things that it should do for divide and conquer, guys. Okay, so if I is equals to j, then so if I equal to j means indirectly what is the meaning, guys? So indirectly it is saying that there is only a single element in the array. Okay, so if there is single element in the array, then we will be assuming max is equals to a of I and min is equals to a of I. So if you recall our example, in one place we got only a single element at the end. So there we assumed the minimum and maximum equal to 5. So this is the condition which informs us about that, or informs the computer about that. Okay, so let us continue. If else if I is equals to j minus 1. Okay, so here indirectly we are having only two elements. I is equals to j minus 1. So if you remove one element from j, you'll be getting I. So that is nothing but 1, 2. If you remove 1 here, you'll be getting 1, 1. That is nothing but equal. Right? So here there are exactly two elements in the array. Okay, so I told you if there are only two elements in the array, you'll be comparing them both and which is maximum and which is minimum. So if a of I is greater than a of j, so a of I is greater means a of I is maximum. So then you will be storing a of I in maximum and a of j in minimum. Okay, else maximum equal to a of j, minimum equal to a of I. So if this condition is false, indirectly this will be true. So this is the solution which we think of solving recursively or using for loops, right? Again and again we will be solving this kind of value space and we'll be getting the result. Okay, so if there is only one element or two elements, we will be doing this process, guys. If there are greater than one or two elements, we'll be continuing here. Else, okay, so this is the main logic for dividing. So we will be finding again the middle element. So if you recall, we used to divide it into two parts until we reach to a single element or a dual element, right? So the same process continued again. Mid is equals to I plus j by 2. We will be calling the same algorithm divide and conquer of maximum and minimum, a comma I comma mid comma max comma min. So this is nothing but the left part, guys. So the left part is continuously you will be doing the left part first. So once the left part is done, you will be moving on to right part. So if you want me to draw a small graph or small tree for this process, it will be in this way. So most of the recursive algorithms will follow this, guys. So assume you started here, divided into two parts. So you will be considering only the first part. Again you will be considering the left and left. You will be finding the minimum and maximum. Then you will be finding from here minimum and maximum. Sorry, again minimum maximum. Again if there are any further minimum maximum. Again you will be coming here. Again you will be solving it into two parts. Minimum maximum. In this way it continues from left to right. So that is the reason why here you are having the left one first. So it continuously does the left parts, then it comes to right. After left it will come to right. So here it will be coming to right. If there is no possibility of left also, it will be moving on to right. Okay, so once all these things are done and you got the final list. Okay, so if max is less than max of 1, then max will be storing max of 1, guys. So if max of 1 is greater than our maximum, so if you got a new maximum in these two things, so assume a situation, guys. So assuming situations will be giving you clear idea. Okay, so in this situation, so assume this is max, sorry, this is min max. This is max 1, sorry, min 1, max 1. Compare these two. Which is minimum? This is minimum. So min 1 will be stored here. So min is greater than min 1. Then min 1 will be stored here. Okay. Similarly here, 22 is greater than 5. So there is no need to change. If it is less than, then we need to change. Okay. So this process will be continued after these two things. So that is nothing but once the children or the min max pairs are collected, then we will be following this process, and these steps will continue until the whole graph is done. So at the end, indirectly you will be combining all these things and you will be getting 5,60. So if you are having any doubt with the this problem, please go back to the previous lecture and watch it, or shall I revise it once again? Okay, so let me revise it once again. So I'll be just explaining here only, instead of again taking a piece of paper and doing 22 to 47. We are having total 10 elements. We divide into two parts, 22 to 15 and 60 to 47. Again we divide into 3 elements and 2 elements and 2 elements and 2 elements. Okay. So further dividing this into 22, 13, 5. Here we are already having two elements, so there is no need to division any further, but you will be finding the minimum and maximum elements there. So 8, 15, 17, 60, 31, 47, 13, 22, here there is only single element, so you will be writing it duplicately, 5, 5. So now you will be recursively solving these things. So you got 5, 22. Okay. So similarly you got here this plus this, you got 5, 22 again. So by doing these two, 17, 60, by doing these two, 5, 60. So in this way you will be solving it. So you might be having a small confusion. Okay, I told it will be continuing to the left side. Then can we write it here? How, so that it will be clear for us? Okay, so that if that's your question, we can do it, guys. So initially it will be solving this part 1, 2, 3, and it will be continuously finding this part also. It will be finding minimum and maximum, it will be storing them, and then it will be moving on to here, or you can write it here, it will be better, and it will be making it duplicate, and it will be solving these two because that part is done, right? So it will be solving these two, then it will be moving on to this part 7, sorry, this should be 7, and this will be 8. Okay, so this will be 9, this will be 10, this will be 12, this will be 13, this will be 14. Okay, again we need to continue, this will be 15, 16, 17 and 18. So total in terms of 18 steps it will be completing this whole process, guys. So this is the reason why you need to learn how to trace an algorithm. So basically most of the students will be struggling to solve this, guys, because this is a recursion algorithm. How it will be happening, no one will be having a clear idea. So that is the reason why you need to have a idea that how these things are traced. Again in merge sort we will be discussing how we can trace it, so don't worry about that. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. Okay, so the previous example you can check it. Okay, so as this process also belongs to divide and conquer and always does half parts, so this also in worst case will be the same time complexity of binary tree, that is nothing but log base 2n. So I hope everyone got a clear idea on finding minimum and maximum using a normal strategy and divide and conquer strategy and their advantages. So in the next lecture we'll be starting the main sorting algorithms. Those are nothing but merge and quick. We'll be discussing these two in our further lectures, guys. In the next lecture we'll be continuing with the merge sort. Thank you. Thanks for watching.